Bam Adebayo just dropped 83 points recently for the Miami Heat, but does it mean it's better than Kobe Bryant's 81-point game? In this video from the Christ in Focus podcast, Spencer and I break it all down and how these performances are very different. And hey, we drop conversations like this every single week, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Enjoy the clip. I believe that our faith can be involved in every single area of our lives.
There's nothing there other than a surface level hangout club stamped with Jesus. Let's talk about that and let's say what's wrong.
I would go to venture that there is no spiritual purpose behind it.
We should be looking to lift each other up. Everything that we're doing is just going to be coming from this. Man, let's move on to a new thing that we're going to do. This is a mid-show segment, and so we're calling it In Focus or Out of Focus. So to me, basically what we're going to be doing in this segment throughout the weeks is going to be, we're going to be taking a trend, a current cultural moment, a sports moment, a headline, a viral moment, and just ask ourselves, and of course ask you guys, is this in focus or out of focus with Christ or not? So, Ivan, this first one, you grabbed it and said, I'm going to take control of this one. So Ivan, in focus, out of focus, give us your topic here.
Yes, I will gladly take this one on. And the reason why I want to take this on is because, Spencer, we live in a culture that is, and it's been like this for a while. So it's not like this is just a brand new thing, because Christ has called us, challenged us, just like with the Martha example that I spoke about earlier, about, hey, chill. Like, you're getting caught up with things that aren't of me. This is what we need to focus on. So just recently in the sports world, which we love sports, we saw a very historic thing take place. We saw a player, Bam Adebayo from the Miami Heat, score 83 points, which is now the second most points ever scored in the NBA. And as you can see behind me, I have a Kobe Bryant little poster right over there, Mamba mentality. And the reason why this hit home for me is because, of course, Kobe Bryant is my favorite player of all time, but was how much noise this was making. And there were so many different conversations about how Bam Adebayo got his 83. But let me go ahead and give you some numbers here. So Bam Adebayo, he had 36 free throws made with 43 attempts. And that's insane, because if you watch this game, and it's okay if you haven't, Bam Adebayo basically got off to a fantastic start. So, Spencer, we're not hating how hot he was in the beginning. And he was also playing versus the Washington Wizards, which is a team that is just terrible. So, hey, you can't fault the guy. He's just doing his thing. But this is where my gears got grinded, or no, this is where the nerves get pinched. I don't know, whatever term you want to use.
This is where the ball bounces. The cookie crumbles.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly. Yeah, where the cookie crumbles. We'll go with this one. Is because now we saw towards the end of the game, the Washington Wizards were complicit in trying to help Bam get to 83. Miami Heat were also up by like 30 points late in the fourth quarter. And why do we bring up Kobe Bryant in all this? Was because the Mamba mentality, which is what has been coined for the great Kobe Bryant, would not have stood for that. And the reason why I want to share all that is because there actually is a spiritual focus on this that I do want to share. And I want to actually share two verses, actually, and actually three, but they come out of the book of Philippians. So let me go there real quick. Philippians chapter 2, verses 3. Okay, cool. So Philippians chapter 2, verses 3, it says here, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. The next verse I'm going to share is Philippians 4:13. So popular, right? This one is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So let me go and read it right here. It says right here, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Well, wait a second. So first and foremost, I want to just preface, I love Bam Adebayo, all respect, great player, seems to have a great character, beloved by many. But the issue I'm talking about is our culture being one of putting the focus on oneself, right? And I think Bam Adebayo going for the record at the very end kind of goes against the spirit of the sport. And the reason why I bring Kobe in question is because there was a game in 2005, where Kobe Bryant and the Lakers were going up against the Dallas Mavericks. And Spencer, back in the day, this Lakers team was not good whatsoever. But the only one that was really good was Kobe Bryant. But one December game, he was going off on Dallas, so much so that after 3 quarters, he outscored the Dallas Mavericks 62-61. And the coaching staff, after 3 quarters, going into the 4th quarter, went up to Kobe Bryant, specifically assistant coach at the time, Brian Shaw.
And we were up, I think, 30 or 33 points, something like that. And it was a timeout. And it was in between the 3rd and 4th quarter. And Phil Jackson asked me to go ask Kobe if he wanted to start out the 4th quarter and see if he, to try and get 70 points. And so I walked over out of the coach's huddle and asked him. And he looked up at the scoreboard, and we were up, like I said, 30 or whatever. And he said, nah, I'll get it another time, when we really need it. So I got kind of pissed off. I was like, look, man, not too many people can say that they scored 70 points against another team. You got a chance to score 70. Man, you got to play. He was like, he looked at the scoreboard again. Nah, we're up 30. We don't need it right now. So I'll do it another time. So I went back over the field. I said he doesn't want to go back in.
That just showed me, like, wow, Kobe Bryant's focus wasn't. I mean, I know he put up this huge monstrous game, but he's like, no, hey, we're good. Like, forget whatever accolade I can go for. The team doesn't need me to do this. I'll do it when we need it. And I'm sure Brian Shaw's will say, wait, do it when we need it. Like, when will you get a chance like this ever again?
Well, about 3 or 4 weeks later, we're playing Toronto in LA, and they're beating us for the majority of the game. And you just see the points piling up. And, when it's all said and done, he scores 81 points.
Fast forward a month and a half later, he goes for 81, where the Lakers are down to the Raptors, down the whole game, and they need Kobe Bryant to score what he put up to obviously get the Lakers to, number one, get the victory, but then also him also breaking the record. And I think that his way of going about it was more organic. And the reason why I brought up Philippians 4:13, not because you can do all things through Christ isn't something that's relevant, but I think this is one of the most misused verses in all of Christendom, because you got to read the verse before. This is Paul talking about God's provision, right? And Paul is saying here in verse 12, I know how to be brought low. I know how to abound. And in any circumstance, I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger and abundance and in need. Then he says, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. This verse really, Spencer, is about contentment. So the reason why I bring up the Bam and Adebayo example is that Bam should have been content with knowing, you know what? I have my family here. Yes, I had a great game. My team is up. I'm good. And I think that the team now intentionally fouling him, rather intentionally fouling the Wizards after the Heat are already up by like 20 or 30, I think is goofy. And unfortunately is a reflection of where we're at with our culture, where self is the most important thing, where now we all have our own brand, we all have our social media. And yeah, this is my segment of whether or not something is in focus. Bam Adebayo's 83 is for me is out of focus, but indicative of where we are at with our culture today.
Yeah, and it also just, it's kind of ugly, like Wilt Chamberlain, Bam Adebayo, and Kobe Bryant. I mean,
right.
It's just not right. That's just, it don't sit right with me at all.
Right.
And Kobe's my favorite player of all time too. And so that's why it's like, there's a little, might be a little bit of bias here, but it goes back to what you said of, no, I'll do it when we need it. And he knew a month and a half later, or well, maybe he didn't know that, but he knew there'll be another chance. I'm literally Kobe Bryant. There'll be a chance.